All right. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully, everybody had a fantastic night's rest. Let me turn this volume down just a little bit. Excuse me. So, we got a lot to discuss this morning. I will go over any assets that you have. Obviously, if you want me to look at some stuff, just give me a moment to go over this other things that I'm going to talk about real fast, and then we'll get to that. So, why am I looking at the XRT? Well, the AMC had a big move yesterday. You can see here that it was the number 2 volume gainer in the whole entire stock market. Basically, there's no reason why. So, it looks like the Wall Street Bets guys is at it again. So, I just was looking at, because this is the ETF that holds that GME, Bed Bath & Beyond, and AMC. So you can see that it's had a couple nice days. Something that's also interesting, I haven't looked at this thing since GME has fell off the map, but it's been moving up. Year to date, you're up almost 40 something percent on this asset. So that's fantastic. S&P 500 was sitting roughly at about 12% before it had a few days of selling, but 29% or 45.92% on this asset. So let's go over here to AMC real quick, as I know people are going to be trading this thing today. And Yahoo Finance, they're just at their wits' end. They don't understand why this thing is absolutely rocking and rolling. So a lot of people think that trading is gambling, right? Most of the people that think, in my opinion, that trading is gambling is people that were unable to succeed in it, because it's not. I mean, this is a technical breakout. You have a level right here of support at 885. That isn't a daily level. I got it off of a 4-hour chart. All right. So basically, you would have been looking to short this with a trend line break, right? That's a technical break. If you take out the trend line to the upside and your lowest low, or if you make a new low, then you're looking for short side sets. As long as you're not making lower lows and lower highs, you're not looking for short side setups. So after the big run up, obviously this was a dead cat bounce. All right. Then you came in and you made a low right here. But then look what happened. You made a high, then a lower high, and then another high. And even though you had multiple days of selling, this was still another lower or higher low, right? Higher low, then this low. This is the main low. So retail got short on a retest of this trend line after the break. Boom, they got short. That's your breakout, right? They pushed it on up into it. You got so many people stopped out on this asset that it flew all the way up to your weekly resistance level. Let's go check the weekly. Right here's your weekly resistance level. By the way, you are trading way above that pre-market. Way above it. All right. That's something to know going into the day. If you're looking to trade AMC today, just know that you broke out above your resistance level. You are screaming to the upside pre-market. You're testing the mid-range of this big daily or bearish candle right here. So you could probably see some more upside and then a possible rollover. If you're really wanting to trade AMC, I would let that happen and wait for a support test at 1393. As long as that holds on a daily closing basis, then you could possibly look for longs targeting roughly $16 or so. You could probably get as high as $17. This is a high cap stock, meaning the market cap's high. It's not a penny stock. It's the movie company, obviously, but since COVID they got crushed, and this thing's just rocking and rolling. So just be careful, guys. I wanted to just outline the resistance level. This level will react as support, possibly if you do get a big sell-off today. This is a big, huge gap up to the upside. You are gapping above resistance. You can see that for the last 3 trading days, you clearly tested that area as resistance. Test. Closed there. Then boom, this is pre-market breakout. So it looks like a lot of people are looking at this thing to buy it. There are no financial reports that have anything to say that AMC has done anything different to basically justify this run up. If you're not familiar with a guy named Tom Nash on YouTube, he's got a bigger channel. over 200K subs. He does financial analysis through looking at the company's inner workings. So if you want to go give him a follow, go give him a follow. I'm a technical trader. That's all I base my trades upon, is technical analysis. So with AMC out of the way, let's go look at the FX market, shall we? So yesterday we were looking for Euro USD. If you remember yesterday morning's session, we were on this candle right here, trading at the high of day yesterday morning before the New York session. And I said, we do not take trades in front of your resistance ever, because it can fall. It can go up there, test, and fall. So basically I said, watch these levels here. So you had this push up, then a bearish candle. This is a break. This is a retest. This is your entry, targeting high of day, or this wick over here, not high of day, but high of day and this wick over here would have been a nice trade. If you took that entry, kudos, you are rocking and rolling. Pound is doing the same exact thing. All right, Pound's doing the same exact thing. Let me see what's going on over here. Just give me one moment. I got something going crazy. Yeah, so rocking and rolling. What's going on? All right, whatever. Let me see if I can put this back over here. Here we go. All right, rocking and rolling. Let's go look at the pound. I lost it. There it is. All right, here's the pound. Make sure everything's going right. Something's not going right, but I don't know what it is. All right, whatever. Moving on. Good morning, everybody. Let's try this again. All right, so basically, we were bullish on the pound. Yesterday's morning stream, if you did not catch it, go ahead and catch it. I explained in depth, in detail, as to why we were bullish on the pound, why this line up here was our target. You can clearly see that we broke that target. Pound is bullish, right? Pound is bullish. During this consolidation, it took a long time. Tested support right here. Double, boom, out of there. If you are a pattern trader, this was your break, your neckline break. So you would have been looking to get long this as well. You are about to take out this target. I have a higher target. It's a quarterly target, but I'm not looking for that target to be hit anytime soon. We'll just deal with this one for now. Do I believe this target will get hit today? It's possible. It's unlikely, but possible. This is a pretty good move still, right? This was a pretty big range of price. You are trading above old daily resistance right here. It is. I am still long this asset from all the way down at the bottom of this bullish candle, and it is going just fine. So basically, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I am an intraday scalper and I swing trade. But when I take my scalps, I take them with a bigger position size. So that way, when I take profits ahead of my target, I then take 2/3 of the position size off, move my stop to break even, and then I'm in the trade with the basically about the same size as I would have taken it on a swing trade. So this is a quarterly, monthly, and weekly level. Let's go to the 3-month. That is the quarterly right here. Quarterly resistance. You are breaking out above that. Here's your monthly resistance. You are breaking out above that, and then one more weekly resistance, breaking out above that. That was a very important level. Depth, when it was tagged, that was a very good spot to look for bullish entries. That was last week. If you bought there, congrats to you. Once this candle happened, that is a trending candle. This was yesterday's candle. Do not buy ahead of resistance. Wait for that pullback on an intraday basis. That little scalp that I took yesterday morning on the small account was stopped out. It was stopped out before the run up, as I wasn't paying much attention to it. But let's go look at what happened. So here was your London Open yesterday morning, right? Big push up and then a clear reverse. And then you chop sideways on a 5-minute chart. Then basically I got long on this push lower right here against this 5-minute bearish candle. And then boom, stopped out. My stop was below this wick. I should have had it below this swing low, but you can see that it even took out that swing low. Now, I know Wes DZ is going to ask, shouldn't we just look to enter there? Wait on the stop run? And I've explained it before, my friend. I don't like to trade that way because there's a lot of times this doesn't happen. It does happen often, but more times than not, just finding those little sections inside the intraday chart will hold. But I guess if you want to wait on a stop run, you absolutely can. So this would have been your daily low, right? And you went all the way down, took out your low of day, and then boom. So got everybody short against this resistance up here. We don't take longs right into it. I took the long expecting it to be broken out, but I'm long on the main account. I am long on the main account with 1/3 of the original position, so the trade is doing fantastic. So pound is rocking and rolling. And if you've been following this channel, you know I've been bullish on this thing ever since this bearish candle was put in. I was trying to take a long on this asset, looking original first for that quarterly, monthly, and weekly level to be taken out. Then this is up here is going to be either today or tomorrow a target to be aiming for. Do you take a trade right now into resistance? No, you do not. All right. You do not take an entry at the high of day. If you're trading at the high of day, you do not take an entry because you would be looking to take profits ahead of the high of day. So if you take a long here, you're only going to get about 5 or 10 pips before it's time to exit the trade. So this thing needs a pullback. It needs a big pullback, in my opinion. It could come all the way down to here. One spot, 41754. But it's just one of those things. You are overstretched. Here is your RSI. You are getting ready to tag the overbought region. I don't look at RSI for oversold and overbought. I don't look at RSI for divergence. I look at RSI to see where it is in regards to the 50 level, as that is a momentum oscillator. And I want to see where the momentum is. If you put it on your moving averages, those are also momentum, right? It's also to show momentum. And you can clearly see that momentum is starting to push higher. All right, so we are looking for a break on this thing. Basically, if you take out, well, you are taking it out because there is a subjective trend line right here that if I put the log scale on, you can, let's get rid of the moving averages. You can definitely see that you are working on a breakout. If I take the log scale off, you can see that you've already broken out. So it's very subjective area, right? But with that being said, on the log scale, this thing has never traded above this trend line, ever. It has never closed a 3-month candle above it. It looks like it is working on doing that. Let's go look at a monthly. It has never closed a monthly above it. If you take the log off, it's closed a few monthlies above it. But with the log on, you are attempting a breakout. This is my longer term quarterly target on the pound. One spot, 43770. I do believe it is reaching for this. Doesn't mean it will get there on the first pass. All right, it can do exactly what it did here. When it put in this high, it traded back up to it, did not take it out, rolled over. You could do that again. You could come up here, get real close, roll over, and trade sideways for a month before taking that out. And it doesn't even have to take it out. So, but that is a target. I will be targeting this longer term. So I'm just going to stay long. I'm already long from down here. There's nothing for me to do. If you are looking for longs on this asset, you have to go into a smaller time frame chart and find areas inside of that chart to look for bullish entries. First level would be this one spot 41399 level. You get back down to there. You can look for possible support. It has to show you that it is holding support. If it does that, it might be a good spot to look. This swing high right here can be a good spot to watch as well, as this was your resistance until you took it out here. So first test there, I would be wanting this one more. All right, I would want to retest at this level better. So that's the level I would be watching, but you can keep both levels on watch to see if it comes back into this and hold support. It is extremely stretched out. All right, this is a nice move, and you are testing over bought regions. All right, so be aware of that. Let's see where your moving averages is on the 4 hour. I only look at daily moving averages, but you can see I'm just basically showing you on the 4 hour how far you are away from the moving average. All right, couple standard deviations probably, or at least one away from that. So at any moment this thing could roll over and head back in for a retest of your mean. So that's what we're looking for on the pound. Aussie dollar. Here we go. Yesterday morning. You go watch the video if you want. We were watching this thing, right? But we were watching it right here. In fairness, you did not hold. No, we wasn't. This must be different. Yeah, there's no way. This is the 12th. It must have been this area. We were testing something and I was looking for bullishness on it. It is trending sideways to up a little bit, but it's as long as the dollar's going down, assets that are paired against it, if they're strong, they will go up. And the momentum is to the upside. Everything is looking good. It has been trading sideways and been difficult to trade. Look at all this nasty price action. These are dailies. So you've got like 2 weeks, 3 weeks almost of just sideways, one leg up, weeks and weeks of just sideways choppy action. If you are trying to trade within this, as you can trade within it, I do all the time, you just got to know where your bigger levels are. For instance, right now, we are testing this resistance level. I don't like it as you've already traded back above it and back down through it. But there is nothing here. All right, you got a daily resistance level up here at 78,346. So you don't want to take a position into that, but you can look for lower high or higher low support. Apologies. So let's get rid of this yellow line. Excuse me. Let's see where we are with this. So you can look for entries here or at this area here if you hold support. 0.77694 attest to that area and a support hold. What is a support hold? You do not want to see a 4-hour closure below that level unless you get the very next candle breaking way out of there, like a bullish engulfing. And if that's the case, I would be watching an hourly. So you got 2 spots right here on your Aussie dollar. It's not as strong as the pound and euro, right? So there's something there. Bitcoin. What is wrong with you, right? So yesterday we were talking about this level over here, this big breakout bullish candle, right? The midpoint of this candle would be a good spot for us to reach for once we take out this wick low. We have reached for that level. Now we are having what is considered a dead cat bounce. This is some serious momentum to the downside, guys. That cannot be ignored, right? Is this the top? Nobody knows if this is the top or not. Nobody. You can call it whatever you want to call it. If you want to call it Wyckoff, go ahead. I don't care anymore. I'm done fighting with everybody over it. I'll call it a 3 drives pattern because that's basically what it is. Anything. It's a topping formation, but it doesn't mean we found a top. This could be a near-term high, and it's looking for support for a next run up. All right, you are in an uptrend still until you take out this swing low. Now, in the near term, you are making lower highs and lower lows. So yes, the near term trend is to the downside. So what you can do is throw this trend line on your chart. This high right here of this bearish candle, the May 12th, 12 o'clock candle. All right, and just tack it to the high of this next area down here. So that way all of price is under it, and then just wait for a breach of that area before looking for bullish entries. You can clearly see that these bounces are being sold into. You do have a bottoming pattern forming on the hourly on Bitcoin, which is good, but you definitely need I basically said this weekend that I was looking for an 8-hour closure above this trend line up in the $45,000 area, and then a pullback. I would be looking for bullish entries. You still have to wait on that. It is struggling, right? It is struggling. It is wedging up. This is a bearish consolidation formation. So, I mean, if Bitcoin don't start breaking out of this, guys, you're going to be looking for lower prices. And it's not me saying it, it's the chart that's saying it, right? We follow price on this, excuse me, we follow price on this channel. And price is heading lower. Now, the bullish case, if you did not see yesterday's video, I'll go back over it one more time. You are testing the 200 exponential moving average on a daily closing basis. You did test that yesterday. A beautiful, flawless test. You can see how it melds in perfectly with our rebalancing area. The rebalancing area would be the midpoint of this big bullish breakout candle. It is also this swing high, right? The high of this swing. It's perfect. There's your test. All right. So this is the thing that I'm looking at more so than this. The midpoint of this candle is more important in my opinion than this, right? Because once you broke out of this, this is no longer relevant. You are testing the midpoint of this candle, which would leave this section of price untested. So you can put a support level right there. Let's get rid of this. I try to keep up with me. You can test all the way down to 39 to 55 and remain bullish. I get a daily closure below that level. I am no longer looking for bullish entries on the Bitcoin. No longer until we start getting, and that's for trading. I only buy Bitcoin usually, but I am going to start trading it as if this is going to be the beginning of the bear market cycle or the bear market phase of this market cycle. Then I am going to get short, right? But we have to wait and see first. This swing low is the almighty, very important swing low. You take that out, you are no longer bullish in my opinion. That is just my opinion. So watch 39,266. Also your 200 moving average. A daily closure below the 200 moving average would not make me bearish, as I would want to see a few days under it, because then you could probably get a breakout above it, right? Just like AMC did. You broke out up below an important level. You traded under that important level for a few days, and then boom, there's your breakout. Just be patient, guys. Be patient. All right. On the weekly, you are testing the 21 exponential moving average, but you are under it. Last week, you tested it flawlessly, stopped right at it. This week, you're heading lower. On the quarterly, though, on the quarterly, because the quarterly is what's important, as it is a tradable and investable asset, and your hedge funds and bigger participants in this market are paying attention to quarters, as they like to enter and exit their positions at quarters. You can see that you have tested the 618 of this bullish expansion. That is it, just this bullish expansion. You are testing the 618 of that. This is not the midpoint of this candle, as I took it to the high of this quarter's candle, the quarter that we are currently on. So if I get a weekly close below the 618 level, I know it's a 3-month, but a weekly, in my opinion, would be good enough for me to say something has changed and I am watching for lower prices. So right now it looks good. Bitcoin can absolutely trade sideways. It's been trading sideways, which is the reason why the breakdown has been so big. Also with Elon Musk and his FUDness has give this market a little bit of fuel to the downside. So it can keep going lower as always, guys. Make sure you are not trying to buy this with your leverage cranked up to the max, please. All right, so it could trade down here sideways while it finds support. So just keep an eye on it. This is the main level that I'm going to be watching, this bearish candle right here. ETH is pushing down a lot harder as well. ETH is taking a hit as well, but it's only to be expected in this market right now. So this is a nice test. There's your support level. You've tested it. You are getting a bounce from it. However, you came back into daily, what used to be support, and are now testing it as resistance. In my opinion, on the short term, near term, like intraday, this might be a setup for a short side play, right? We'll see. If you get a 4-hour closure above this bullish candle, then you're not looking anymore for shorts until you get higher, right? Testing more market structure. But it looks exactly like Bitcoin. You're just trading sideways at a main key support zone. This is holding support. Look at this 4-hour. This is a daily support level. Look how it trades. I love it when it trades up off of the support, as that shows something's going on, right? Instead of closing right on it when it's closing above it, you got 4 hour candles right here, just all of them same price. So that price is going to mean something if it ever rolls back into it. 32.82, right? Top of this candle would be the first spot. Bottom, if you lose this level, you're heading lower. As long as you maintain a 4-hour hold, look for higher prices, just a dead cat bounce. For now, you have to get all the way up here. All right? Why? Because anything higher or lower than this high is just essentially a lower high. So you do need to get a break and close above this swing high in order for the bullish momentum to be back, and in order for you to have a clear signal as to, hey, this thing has turned around. It is moving higher, right? But I wouldn't like to buy it up here. I would like to buy it down here, because you buy red candles, you sell green. So that's what you're looking for. So if it holds here, it might be a good spot to look to buy a little bit unleveraged, just for a hodl position. The momentum is to the downside, the near-term momentum to the downside. I'd go to the daily real fast, check out the moving averages, see what we're doing. Right now, you're just getting below that 21. That's still extremely bullish, guys. This is your first daily test of the 21 since you broke out, since the run-up. So this is This is just a pullback for now. Just a pullback. Looks good. Bitcoin's testing its 200. ETH's 200 moving average is all the way down at $1,700. So that would be a little bit more brutal for ETH if it were to get there. But while Bitcoin's been trading sideways at the highs, ETH has been pushing higher. So yeah, I don't see it coming down to the 200. I was just showing you how far away from it you are. But yeah, I mean, you guys just be careful. It could be the end. It maybe not. We don't know. Nobody knows. There's no way to know. If there was, I would tell you. You know what I mean? It's not a secret. There's just nothing. So you find technical levels and you look for bullish entries as long as you're in a bullish formation. This formation is bullish. As bullish as it can be. And then one last one, Doge. As I've been watching it, I've been looking for a short on it. Yes, it is still formationed up bullishly. You can see you're trading above your 21 EMA, but it's losing momentum, right? Let's go to a smaller time frame chart. Let's get rid of the moving averages. I'll show you what I'm talking about. We are losing momentum on this asset. Some would call this a bull flag. I do not. If your flag is bigger than your pole, it is no longer a bull flag. All right, that's not how these patterns work, but I am not a pattern trader. I'm not looking for that anyways. I'm watching this momentum right here. So this yellow line is the 50-cent mark. As it is a big figure, that area will offer up something. You can see the last few sessions we've tested up into it, and it has been reacting as resistance. There's a 1-hour level there. I'm looking for a retest of that area where I will look to get short. Yes, it is making higher lows, but if you look at this formation here, your leg to the downside, it looks more bearish and droopy to me. Yes, this was a big bounce off of the bottom. It has been sold into. You are still maintaining support, 46400. It's a smaller term level, but you're running out of steam. So I'm probably going to be looking to short Doge. If I'm wrong and I get stopped out and it goes higher, then I'll look to buy on the next run or at the next higher low support test. All right, what's going on? Man, I'm sleepy this morning for some reason. Good morning, everybody. Sup, traders and investors, says Ben Fernandez. And then a lot of good mornings. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. XLMBTC, says Alice. Let's go look at it. XLMBTC. Stellar Bitcoin. Look at it on Binance. Let's go to the daily. Longer term downtrend, but breaking out. So I've charted this before. You can see, remember, trend lines are subjective, but you did have a test failure. Boom. There's your breakout. Let's get rid of all of these lines and start anew. So you do have bullish momentum, right? And a time, excuse me, just down to Red Bull, so now I'm burping. In a time of like everything else is pulling back, this thing had a little minor pullback yesterday, but has been screaming to the upside. First level I'd watch for support would be 1,296 Satoshis, right? That level right there. Let's see where your daily moving averages are situated. Nice and under you. So you are beginning a trend to the upside. This may be something to look at. I like this asset as you have broken out. This was your resistance level over here. Thank you for showing me this chart. I haven't looked at it in a long time. This was your last resistance level on a daily closing basis. You see when you came back into it and tested it, it was a failure. And then they sold back into that asset. Then you bounce from the bottom. This is your bottom. Here are your moving averages situated nicely. This was a beautiful buy. Boom. Resistance test. Breakout. So you are looking for a pullback to 1,296 Satoshis or 1,210 Satoshis as it is your last bullish resistance level. Not because he says so, because price says so. It's the close of that bullish candle that is resistance. If it pulls back into that, as long as you're not closing dailies below it, be a good spot to look for bullish entries. This is bullish. I like it. I like it a lot. This is a breakout. This thing could run for a few more days, 2 weeks. All right. Nice find. Thank you so much. 112.96 or 112. 1296 and 1210. Keep those two levels on watch. Very important levels to look for bullish entries. USD Turkish Lira says Elus. Let's go look at it. Sorry, something caught my eye. Let's go look at it on Oanda. Nice. Yeah. I don't know what this, I mean, it's just dollar weakness, I guess, because this thing has just always been bullish. Right? Always been. Its entire life. It's known nothing but bullishness. You literally have a few quarters of down and the rest is just straight up. So, yeah, it's bullish. Your moving average is situated right above or right below you. Right below you. So you don't have a lot of bullish momentum. You did have a lot of bullish momentum when you made this push. However, that momentum has waned. And now you are forming a wedging pattern. You are wedging to the upside, right? Here, let's get rid of all the lines. Get rid of the moving averages as they've done their job. Let's go look at the important stuff. Support and resistance, baby. Here we go. All right, this was your last resistance level, not the bearish candle, the bullish candle for your breakout. Boom, there's your breakout. Boom, you close the daily below it. You are retesting it. All right, there's the midpoint of this bearish candle. I don't like this, all right? As long as it doesn't, well, let's put it this way. You can go all the way down to here, 8.28215. That's where you would be looking for first entries as long as you're holding that level as support, right? You haven't completely sold off from this bullish run up. You are basically testing around the 60% level of it. Could it get some bullish momentum right now? Yeah, but I'm bearish on the dollar. Right? I'm bearish on the dollar. This is the reason why you have the last 2 days have been red. The only reason that this thing's going up is because the Turkish lira is absolute dog crap. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason. It is dog crap. So here's your wedging pattern, I guess, if you wanting to see it. Something like that. You definitely don't want to break down. Right? If you break down out of it, then something else is going on. But that's the first level I'd watch. 8.28215. Obviously, I'd be targeting this wick high. Or no, I wouldn't. I'd be targeting this. Oh, so that changes the narrative, right? You tested this, took out your stops above this candle's wick right there, and then you've rejected. So, can this still be bullish? Yes, absolutely it can. I don't like to see rejections that big once you do that. However, there is another level right there that has not been tested. So with that in mind, I would only be looking for bullish entries, and I would be targeting 8.57968. Not today, but for the next couple weeks, that would be my target. If you break and close below this support level, then you're going lower. Next support would be 823692, and then this one down here. If you lose this swing low, then you have changed direction, at least for the near term. So keep that in mind. But your moving averages are situated right underneath of you. Let's see where your RSI is. RSI is in the bullish control zone. However, it is making divergence. I don't care about divergence, but you got to know about it. At least you know it's there, right? But this thing just had a big sell-off, and it's rebounded. So could it have another big sell-off? Yeah, I mean, it could. But I'm only bullish on it. It's only been bullish its entire life. So, good morning from Rio de Janeiro. Awesome, man. Awesome. That's a beautiful place. I've never been. I've only seen beautiful pictures. I'd love to go one day. Good morning. We are here for Bitcoin, says Phil L. Good morning, everybody. Carl with a face. Sir, PFC, NII, Power Trading Corporation of India Limited, 100 shares and 98 bucks. Should I sell or should I go? Let's go look at PFC, Power Trading Corp. Man, I don't know if I got that. Power Finance Corp. Well, I guess I do. Should you stay or should you go? Well, first and foremost, that's financial. That's a financial question. I'm not a financial analyst. I'm not here to give you financial advice. I basically just teach you how to read the charts. You are in the near-term downtrend. Near term, this is a downtrend. You have lost your 20, your 50, and your 100 moving averages. This, in my opinion, is an opportunity to sell. Yes, I would be selling it. You are testing resistance. Here's another resistance. So you could go all the way up to 123 and roll over. There is a gap to be filled above that. So, yeah, you could probably go up there and it'll look like the gap is going to fill. That would be a good spot to look for short entries. If you do get a gap fill, then something's different, right? The narrative has changed as your impulse to the downside has been thwarted. So just throw a fib on there, a simple fib retracement from this swing high to this swing low down here. It's not the perfect low, but anything above on a daily closing basis to 618, something has changed. Then I wouldn't be looking for shorts because at that point you would be above all your moving averages and all that jazz as well. And you are just out of the bearish control zone on the RSI. Got a nice bullish impulse. You were trading above it. You're trading above the 50 spot. So this little bit of price action is the only thing that's got bullish momentum. And the momentum on price is not nearly as big as the momentum is showing you on the oscillator. I would be exiting my position, my friend. If I'm red, if I'm bullish from like, I don't know, 60 bucks. No, I wouldn't even worry about it. Would not even worry about it. But if you took a position up in here, yeah, I'd get rid of it because this is a lower high. One thing to say, also, you have taken out your support to the downside. This was your last support. This was the next support. And that is a big bearish break and a big close, right? Boom. That is a yes, we took it out. So this is just going to be a higher low, looking for another leg to the downside, in my opinion. But it's just my opinion, not financial advice. Oh, it's the right place for me if I just started a CTM course around a week ago. Thanks. Well, welcome, Amir. Welcome, my friend. Morning, everyone. Giles, what's up, my friend? Near term, high term for sure. I'd only be concerned if we hang around these levels for too long. Yeah, me too. Me too. If you're hanging around support for a long time, chances are that support's going to break. Welcome from the community. Welcome to the community, Amir. Wait for the repair, says Giles, and I agree. Could not agree more. Pick up the beginner videos of Jordan. Also pick up the live videos for Heath for Forex. Yep, I got a lot of videos. There's a couple beginner videos as well. I've started to put together a beginner series and just basically gotten away from it. I will get back to it. Elon Musk's furnace or just straight out lies. Yeah, it's hard to say. Hard to say. Wow, I'm very far up. All right. Late joiner. Order of pairs. Pound dollar, Aussie dollar, Bitcoin, ETH, Doge. Yep, that's the way. That's the order. Could you look at BTC ETH? Absolutely. I'm assuming you mean ETH BTC. Let's go look at it. I want to look at it on Kraken if I can. No, let's go look at it on Binance. Screw it. Yeah. I missed this trade, and it sucks so bad because that was a freaking rip. There's nothing to do on it. There's absolutely nothing to do on it. You are trading at exhaustion risk, right? Exhaustion risk. Here's a monthly resistance level. You are trading at it. You are having trouble at it, right? But it's not massive trouble either. You can come all the way down to 61,771 Satoshis and still remain bullish. Here is your level, but you can find a smaller term in your smaller term charts. There's a level there. There's a level there. You know what I mean? It's that simple. So just put one there. There's your 8-hour level. It gets you under the stops. If you hold that level, 71296 on an 8-hour closing basis, it's possibly look to buy it. I mean, it's freaking strong. It is insane. If you want to look at this as a smaller term head and shoulders pattern, then whatever. You haven't taken out the neckline yet. So a lot of people are going to look at that as a neckline break. However, the measured move from that will take you roughly down to about this level. So watch this level instead. It's just do that, right? Boom, as your measured move would have been played out. If you consider that a head and shoulders, but it's not. It's just way too small of a time frame. Also, it's just been ripping, right? This last 3 sessions, it's been stalled, and that's it. The bullish advance is in full force. These 2 levels here would be 2 areas I would watch for support. It must hold support. As long as it does, look for bullish opportunities. Taking this thing back up to this swing high. That is your monthly resistance. Keep that in mind, right? We do not buy ahead of resistance. We wait for pullbacks, then we look to get long. It is extremely bullish. Extremely bullish, man. As a parabolic trend line, if you was to put a trend line on this asset, it would be absolutely insane. So yeah, I mean, it's bullish. I don't know what you want me to say. Would I buy it right here? Absolutely not. As a trade, no, absolutely not. Wait for the 5. If you're looking for an investment, let it come all the way back down to the 0.05 level, as that's a big level. That's a main level, a very important level. Anywhere around this level, 480 to 555, anywhere in here, you could look to pick some ETH up for a long-term hodl. No leverage, just hodl. If you're trading this asset, it's different, right? You do not buy it up here. So hopefully that helps. Good morning. Do you see a trend under USD BRL? I have never traded that, all right? It is a Forex pair, but I will look at it for you, my friend. Oh, there's no liquidity in this asset at all. None. These are 8-hour candles. Look at, and there's ticks almost in between each. Yeah, nobody's trading this. I mean, some people are trading it, obviously, but it's very illiquid. Do I see a trend line? Where did you go? Do you see a trend? I mean, yeah, you could throw a trend line on it. Boom, boom, right? Tested it. It's holding up. I use my trend lines. If you're new to the channel, I use the wicks, the very highs or the very lows, to take as much subjectivity out of the matter, because trend lines are extremely subjective. So extremely. So here is, see, just by putting it on the wick lows, you're no longer testing it. So yeah, you do have a trend line under it. This looks like a toppy formation. Let's go look at the longer term chart. So it's the same as the TRY. It's only ever went up, right? Only ever went up. It's bullish as can be. If you lose this level on the month quarterly, you could be looking for a bearish target at that level. So here you go. First bearish target, second bearish target. If it keeps rolling over, it looks like it's topping out. Let's see where your moving averages are. You're under your moving averages. You are in the bearish control zone. However, you're at an area where you're likely to get a small bounce. So in that instance, that bounce could be sold into. You have lost all of your bullish momentum. You're still not bearish. You're not full on bearish, obviously, but you have your range bound is what you are. Here's your range. This is your range right here. So wait for a break above or below. Inside of this massive, massive range, you're just inside. So if this was a yearly candle, you're an inside year. It's choppy, range-bound action. Obviously, there's a lot of pips in there to take. So, yeah, I mean, the near term looks more bearish than bullish. Looks more bearish than bullish. There's your support. You've already tested it, and you're rolling over. So basically what you want to see is if you're bullish, do not get a closure below this area here. Right? That's the last area that you need support to hold there. If you're not, you're looking for lower prices. So I don't know if I'd be buying it. But to be honest with you, these are where you want to it's where you want to buy if you're bullish, because you're testing the lows. But your momentum is to the downside. BCHNUSD. BCHNUSD. Nice big bullish pattern. You're testing support right now. Right now, a flawless test of support. Yeah. If you can't maintain this, like if this falls, it's not a support test. It was a support test, but the bears are in control still. So the next level you'd be looking for would be down here at the 912 spot. This spot right here is 110.15 and then 912, and then down here 772. Those would be your near-term support zones that you definitely want to see it find support if it's going to maintain its bullishness. All right, you did lose your 21 exponential moving average on a daily closing basis. I'm not a big fan of that. You are trading under the 50 spot on the RSI. So it is in an area where it would be a good spot to buy if you're looking for long-term hodls, right? I mean, it's hard for me to say. If you hold this area as support, then I'd be looking for bullish entries. It's not bearish. It is definitely not a bearish asset. It is bullish. This is a pullback. This was a big breakout candle. You have essentially tested the support area or the old resistance. Now see if it holds a support. If it does, then yeah, you're going to be looking for higher prices. If the bears smash through this level, then I would be letting the bearishness settle down a little bit. As a lot of cryptocurrencies are going to do what Bitcoin's doing, right? So keep that in mind. A lot of them are going to do what this thing is doing. Right now, this thing is selling off. It's not a market sell-off. I'm not saying that this is a top. I'm saying the near-term trend is down. Near term. So for the last few weeks, or the last 2 weeks anyways, been heading lower. This right here, right? This was your resistance that it was failing to get above. This, we were watching this level. We definitely wanted to see it break, and we did not get that. Boom, there's your rejection. So there's your high, there's your lower high, lower low, new lower low. So your trend is near term, toppy. Definitely looking a little bit pullbacky. But in the longer term, this thing is bullish as can be. It is still structured bullishly. So we're still looking for Bitcoin to find support. That's what we're hoping for. Hope is not a strategy, but if you're trading in the markets, you're going to have some hope every now and then because you don't know what's going on, or you can't know what's going to happen. Can you please check? Oh, just check that. Sorry. Love the heat you bring, Heat Clarity. Yeah, I'm not feeling it today, my friend. I didn't get much sleep last night, and I'm like, ugh. So I apologize for that. XMNR, Monero. You didn't tell me what, so I'm going to assume you mean the dollar, XMRUSD. Oh, that's not an R, that is an E. Oh, Kraken's right up top. Let's go look at it. There's your weekly. You're having a pullback. So It's not a rapid descent, to say the least. You are pulling back into support. So that would have been the first area. You've lost it. Where are your moving averages situated? Just not to take trades off of, just to see. So you're losing your momentum to the downside. You have taken out your 21 EMA. So any bounce up into that area is going to be looked at as a selling opportunity, not into the 21. I'm not talking about take a sell off the 21 EMA. I'm talking about in the area of price where it is situated. So right here would be the first area of price that you would be looking to see if you can get if it holds as a resistance or not. If you're bullish, if you're looking for buys, I would wait until it gets all the way down here. I don't know why that. Oh, because it's a thing. Gotcha. I meant this. Maybe not that low, 270.97. The reason being because you would get underneath all this liquidity down here. So all these over leveraged longs would get liquidated if you get a purge down or a push down to there. And at that point, I would be looking for a support hold, right? It gets you just underneath this all-time high swing over here. So that would be the place that I would look for bullish entries. I wouldn't be looking for bullish entries in this mess right here because that's almost chop, right? Here's your resistance level. You have multiple tests of it. This is your first fresh area to look for support. 270.97. That's where I would look for bullishness. But like I said, if this is the beginning of a downtrend, any push higher in price, any pop in price is going to be met with a lot of selling. People are going to look to get out of their positions. If they think Bitcoin is rolling over and they think this is rolling over, they will look to exit their positions. And new shorts will be looking to add a new short position. 441.93, that's going to be the level in the sand, or the line in the sand. You need to get back above that. As long as you're below it, it's just a lower high. Not financial advice, absolutely not. And try it doesn't work. Haha, yep. Oh crap, Aave. Let's go look at Aave. I'm going to try to hurry up because I only got a few more minutes before it's time for me to start getting my trade situated. And let's see here. Aave's breaking out to the upside. This is what you want to see. So when you're bullish, your pullbacks, you don't want to see big ones, right? The smaller the pullback, I mean, you would want a support test. This thing was just a fake out move, really. Got to close below support and then rip in your face. That's price action. It's bullish. There's nothing to do. You do not want to buy up here. If you do buy up there, you're buying into all-time highs. You're buying into exhaustion risk. There is bearish divergence, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, I mean, I know you're underneath or above all your moving averages. The momentum's to the upside. So if you're looking to enter this with a fresh long, realize Bitcoin is rolling over, right? Just keep that in mind. And I would be looking to see where support holds. You got to wait for a support test. That gives you somewhere to put risk on and have a legitimate spot for a stop loss. I do not buy highs because you would have to put your stop all the way down here to justify this. And then you would need to move all the way up to here just to get a 2-to-1. I look for better risk to rewards. That's what I look for. When you start to understand when I say I'm looking for good risk to reward setups, this is not a good risk to reward setup. Never, ever, ever is this a good risk to reward setup. It is a breakout. That is it. But it can roll over. So I'm looking for areas on the chart to find favorable risk to reward setups and higher probable areas of support. That's where you want to look for bullish entries. But yeah. It's going off. It's breaking out. There's nothing to do. I'm sorry. Welcome to the retail level, George. So let me see. Euro USD. I know I missed a lot of stuff. Pound dollar top. No, I'm not calling the top on pound dollar. When you say holding support, do you mean wait close above support? Yes, exactly. So if you find a support level on an 8-hour chart, you do not want to see nothing lower than a 4-hour close below it. It's best to use the same time frame. So if you find support and resistance on an 8-hour chart, you want to see that 8-hour test hold. You want to see a wick through it, but a closure above it for support. And you don't even need a wick through it, right? I don't generally like wick throughs because that shows an attempt to trade lower. So, but as long as you're closing above it, it is a test and it is a firm hold. You close below it, you've lost it. It's over, right? Yes, that's exactly what you said. That's what I'm talking about, my friend. Hopefully that helps you. I am moving down. I might have missed a lot of stuff. If I did, just tune in Thursday morning. I'll be right back here as I do this every Tuesday and Thursday. And then obviously Saturday I do the Crypto Weekly Outlook, and Sundays the Forex Weekly Outlook. However, yesterday I had to do the Forex Weekly Outlook yesterday morning. Enough talking. But no, I'm not looking for a top Rudy and pound dollar. Hey man, what's your view on TD9 buy signals? I don't use it, my friend Amir. I do not use the TD9 sequential. I have no idea how it works, so I can't tell you anything about it, unfortunately. I mean, you could Google TD9 sequential and to learn up on it. It's just an indicator. Indicators follow price. So when I'm using my moving averages, I understand that they are lagging indicators. I'm not using them for signals or to take or buy trades, right? I'm not looking for them to hold as resistance or support. All I'm looking at is where are they in reference to current price. I'm only looking for the momentum. If there's a massive gap, like if you're trading way above the 21, then you're overextended and you're not looking for bullish entries. You're waiting for a pullback to support for a bullish entry. If you're trading way below it, then you're not looking to sell down there. You're waiting for a pullback in price, then look for sells, right? It's just to see where the momentum is. That's the only way I use them. That's the only way I use any indicators. And the only indicators I use are moving averages, RSI, and that's only for momentum. Not overbought, not oversold, not nuts. None of that nonsense works. Euro USD, need back test Euro USD, 121,774. Let's go look at it. Where is you? There you are. Need back test 12,177.4. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're testing resistance. So this is an 8-hour. Those levels were daily levels. So here's your 8-hour level. Support. One spot 21717 and then 457. Any one of these two areas, as long as it holds support, you can look for bullish entries. You are extended on the RSI, right? You're reaching, so you are extended. However, it can keep going higher. That just means the momentum is to the upside. But you're not looking for an entry right here. You want to pull back. Watch these two levels for that pullback. Absolutely. Heath, could you look at Dash USD? Thanks. Yeah. Dash is rolling over. It's losing momentum. So here's a high. Here was a nice, big, beautiful high. But what happened? You fell right back into the range. Here is another 3 drives top formation. All right. I don't look for tops because it's impossible to pick them. But this formation is indicative of you losing bullish momentum, or AKA people taking profits. So if there's no support underneath the market, you're going to get something similar to this, a massive pullback. You are trading in the middle of this range, this leg of price, so you're still not bearish, right? Here is your first area that it tested. Your first area would have been up here and then here, but you can see you tested it, and then there's your breakdown. Boom. So you don't want to see that, right? You want to see this. It was just a bull trap. Tiny little bull trap. And I always forget about you guys on mobile. Apologies. This is a perfect selling opportunity. Here's your support test. Push up. Boom. Selling. So that's what you're looking for, because that is the near-term trend. This is support. You don't want to sell it down here. If you're looking to enter this bearish, you would wait for a test of this area. Then you would go into a smaller time frame chart and find that razor-focused lightning area that you want to be so sharp that your stop loss is narrow. That makes for better risk to reward entry or setups, better risk reward setups. So right now, as long as you're trading under 336.816, I have to say that the near term trend, that would be looked at as a selling opportunity. If you get back above that and start making higher highs and higher lows on a smaller time frame, then maybe you have turned around a little bit. So if you're looking for bullish entries, you do not want to take any until you break and hold at least above this small trend line. this little area here. You get an 8-hour closure above. That would also put you right in line with that area. Boom. Support hold. Then you can look for bullish entries. But as long as the momentum is down, you're looking for selling opportunities. Once again, guys, I have run out of time. I am so sorry about that. I try to answer every question, but as the channel grows, it gets harder and harder and harder to do that. Let's go look at Ethereum, and then I gotta bounce. I gotta get situated. I like to make sure that I am making sure I got everything that I want to look at ahead of the New York session. Just give me one moment here. I'm getting something situated. All right. So ETHUSD. Oh, I just deleted something. That's okay. I'll find it. ETHUSD is rolling over like Bitcoin. However, it's so extended to the upside. This is just a pullback. It's a momentous pullback though. So it's a big steep pullback. You were trading at $4,300. You are now trading at $3,400. So 500 move off the high. It is still bullish and structured bullish. So you can only be looking for bullish entries. I do like this support test. You held 1, 2, 3 tests. 4 if you count this bullish candle. That's 4 sessions of testing this area. You have traded higher. I wish they would have taken out the high of this candle, but it did not. So you lost momentum right there. My opinion, people are going to start looking to short this at 36.48 and 37.97. Those are the two areas where shorts will be looking to load up on this. So you need a break above that. So I wouldn't be doing anything with it just right now. Just not right yet, right? But it is bullish. I mean, it's very, 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 very bullish. All right, guys, I have to wrap it up there, unfortunately. So I want to say thank you so much to my channel members and Patreons. I always have to give them a shout out as they mean so much to me. I do realize that there are some new, you got the new ones. Your names will go up on this list tomorrow. I do it once a week. So thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you trade safe. Make sure you trade smart. And happy trading, everybody. If you need to ask me any questions, just drop them down in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to get to them and answer them for you. And I will catch you later.